Chapter 61 Source Water Supply Base. Goddess, Jiang Chuxuan. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yuanshui City was a prefecture-level city with very ordinary development a few decades ago, but decades ago, the suburbs of Yuanshui City were occupied by ferocious beasts and turned into a wilderness area, but they have developed rapidly. Nowadays, it has initially reached the scale of a developed city. As for the reason for its rise, it is also very simple. Due to the emergence of the Yuanshui City wilderness area, a large number of people with supernatural powers were attracted to hunt ferocious beasts and search for exotic flowers and plants. What kind of things do people with special abilities get for free? Weapons, combat uniforms, combat boots, potions. These require the construction of supporting facilities. We can't let those with supernatural powers come out of the wilderness area because their suits are damaged. Because you can't repair your suit, you might as well run to the more developed magic city next door. As a result, a large number of shops and equipment stores related to superpowers were built. In addition, people with special powers who have made a lot of money after returning from hunting ferocious beasts in the wilderness often go to the city to squander their money. The entire Yuanshui City developed in this way. However, although Yuanshui City was developed because of the wilderness area, it has always been extremely wary of this time bomb. Just outside the wilderness area, tens of thousands of troops were stationed. In addition, in order to facilitate the supply of superpowers who enter and exit the wilderness area, outside the wilderness area, there is also a huge supply base. July 16, 6 p.m. A train came from a distance and stopped on the asphalt road in front of the Yuanshui supply base. Wow! The car door opened, and more than a dozen people were wearing combat uniforms. People with powers, either carrying swords or shields, got out of the car and walked to the supply base in groups of twos and threes, talking and laughing. The weapons of most people in the car were swords. There was only one tall young man wearing a black suit, but he was carrying a dark golden spear full of mystery. The source water supply base has finally arrived. Looking at the building in front of him, Jingming slowly let out a breath. The high-speed train from Shanghai to Yuanshui City only takes more than 2 hours, but it actually took him more than 2 hours to get on the direct train from Yuanshui high-speed railway station to the supply base. If you come here often in the future, you can buy a car directly, otherwise taking the train is too slow. After confirming that the building in front of him was the source water supply base, Jingming stepped into the lobby on the first floor without hesitation. As the base camp for the superpowers, the entire source water supply base is also built very luxuriously. The marble floor is illuminated, and the crystal chandelier in the center of the hall shines like a small sun. In the hall, there are male and female waiters passing through carrying tea or pastries. Every face is filled with a youthful smile, providing the best service to the superpowers sitting on the sofa in the lobby. It was summer at this time, and most citizens of Yuanshui City were wearing very cool clothes. The waiters here are no exception. All the waitresses are wearing short skirts, a pair of big white legs, dazzling when walking around. If Shanghai were here, I'm afraid he would be unable to walk. Jingming couldn't help but think of his best friend in high school. After arriving in Shanghai, he still kept in touch with his high school best friends Zhang Hao and Lu Jia from time to time. "Sir, how can I help you?" Seeing Jingming standing there without moving, a pretty waitress stepped forward and asked. Of course, Jingming's extremely handsome appearance was also one of the reasons why she took the initiative to ask. "I want to register as an adventurer. What do I need to do?" The wilderness area is not something you can enter just because you want to. Every person with powers who enters the wilderness area for the first time needs to register as an adventurer and receive a satellite communication watch before being released. This way, even if you die in the wilderness area, it will be recorded. Of course, this adventurer status only needs to be registered once. Once registered, it is valid in wilderness areas across the country. Register as an adventurer. Okay, please come with me. Under the leadership of the waitress, Jingming came to the front desk. "Give me your ID card, fill out this form, and then do the most basic strength verification." The front desk staff handed over a list, and Jingming also handed over his ID card. There is not much information to be filled in on the form, just basic information such as name, age, school, and grade. The waitress next to her couldn't help but look envious when she saw this. It's great, Magic City University of Superpowers. By the time you graduate from there, you will definitely be a 3rd level or even 4th level superpower. Yuanshui City is close to the Magic City, so she naturally knows about this top-ranked university in the country. In fact, many students from the Magic City Superpower University will come here to practice, but most of the students from the Magic City Superpower University will only come after the 2nd level, which is safer. It is very rare for people like Su Jingming to dare to enter the wilderness area just after reaching the 1st level. Based on his age, she could also deduce that Su Jingming was a new student who had just registered. You will be able to reach the 1st level of strength when you first enroll in school. In the future, you will be able to advance to the 2nd or 3rd level after graduation. I'd like to lend you some good words. Su Jingming smiled slightly. After filling out the form, he was taken for strength certification. Strength certification is simple, as long as the burst of strength is the same as the one on the form. Su Jingming only had a slight burst of superpowers and met the requirements. It will take some time to produce the adventurer certificate. Sir, you can wait on the sofa in the lobby for a while. Good. Su Jingming nodded, ordered an ice drink, and chose an unoccupied seat to sit down. I have to say that the supply-based consumption is indeed very high. Just a cup of ordinary ice drink costs hundreds of daxia coins, but it's also true that a person with superpowers enters and exits the wilderness area once. The ferocious beast materials and exotic flowers and herbs brought back can earn hundreds of thousands at least. This small amount of consumption is nothing. Su Jingming shook his head. In Blue Star, there are 2 completely different worlds between superpowers and ordinary people. What ordinary people can't earn by working hard for a whole year, a person with special abilities can earn by entering and leaving the wilderness area once. Of course, ordinary people's lives will not be in danger, but those with superpowers will. I'll get the adventurer's certificate later and buy some supplies so I can enter the wilderness area early tomorrow morning. That while Su Jingming was drinking an ice drink and planning his next arrangements, suddenly there was a commotion in the hall. It's Jiang Chuxuan. Goddess Ginger is here. As expected of a student at the University of Magic, this aura is very powerful. Along with the discussion, many people on the sofa looked towards the entrance of the hall. Jiang Chuxuan. Why does this name sound familiar? Su Jingming was slightly startled, and subconsciously looked towards the door. Chapter 62. Do you really dare to come out? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Source: Water Supply Base. Entrance to the hall. A group of 6 people just walked in under the gaze of everyone. The leader was a tall girl around 18 or 19 years old. The girl was wearing a light cyan battle suit, wrapped in a tight-fitting suit. The slightly full breast curve and the attractive waist-to-hip ratio are perfectly outlined. She has exquisite facial features, a straight nose, thick and long eyelashes, and skin as good as snow. But the most impressive thing is the girl's hair. It was long white hair that fell down to her waist. This kind of white hair was not the unhealthy kind of dry white hair, rather, it is as smooth and moist as satin. Behind her, there were several men and women who were either tall or fierce, like bodyguards. One of them was carrying a heavy camera on his shoulder. It seems like Goddess Jiang is going to the wilderness area to shoot material again. I have to say that although her videos are all done as a team, they are of high quality. I watch every issue. By the way, Goddess Jiang has tens of millions of fans online, right? Not only that, there are already almost 15 million. TSK, it would be great if I could have a girlfriend like Goddess Jiang. I would rather live 10 years shorter. It's no use losing 20 years of my life. I'm a sophomore in the Magic City with great powers. How can I fall in love with you? I'll take it for granted. In the hall, many people with superpowers were talking about it, and then Su Jingming, who was sitting in his seat, remembered, isn't this the same Goddess Jiang who Zhang Hao cried and shouted to ask for an autographed photo before he left Jiangcheng? After arriving in Shanghai, Su Jingming talked to Zhang Hao on the phone from time to time. Besides chatting, Zhang Hao would always mention this. Su Jingming was really annoyed and even paid attention to it. It's a pity that I never encountered it once when I was in school. I didn't expect to run into it as soon as I came to the wilderness area. But there's nothing wrong with Zhang Hao's aesthetics. To be fair, among the many girls Su Jingming has seen, whether in the past life or in this life, only Song Chuyan can compare with this Jiang Chuxian, certainly. In terms of appearance, the two of them are equally matched. Song Chuyan is charming, while Jiang Chuxian is cold and charming. In this way, Jiang Chuxian and his party went upstairs directly under the gaze of everyone in the hall. The supply base is a comprehensive building that not only provides equipment sales and purchasing services for ferocious beast materials and exotic flowers and plants, the higher floors also provide accommodation like a hotel. Most superpowers would choose to live in this supply base if they did not return to the city. Sir, your adventurer certificate is ready. Plus, this is your satellite smartwatch with a map of the wilderness area built into it. Not long after Jiang Chuxian and others left, the waitress came over and handed over a black card and a smartwatch. The black card is the adventurer certificate, which records some basic information such as name and level. Su Jingming put the certificate away and put the smartwatch directly on his wrist. With a tap on the screen, a map of the wilderness area was projected. It not only details the activity of ferocious beasts in each area, but also indicates the degree of danger. However, it is only limited to the outer area, and the deeper inner area is a fog. Of course, even these marked parts are not trustworthy, because ferocious beasts may leave their original territory at any time and go out to hunt, but it's better than nothing. It's always a reference. Thanks. After confirming that the smartwatch was fine, Su Jingming politely thanked him and was about to get up and leave, but he was stopped by a voice. Hey, little brother, do you want some elixirs? Looking back, he saw a lean, middle-aged man. With a smile on his face, he said, "This must be the first time for little brother to enter the wilderness area, right? It's impossible to go into the wilderness area without elixirs. I have all kinds of elixirs on hand. How about it? Want to see it? The price is easy to say." Elixir? Su Jingming raised his eyebrows. Pills are indeed something that must be prepared when entering the wilderness area. Whether they are healing pills or detoxification pills, they are of great use at critical moments. 20,000 pills for first-grade healing pills and 15,000 pills for detoxification pills of first-grade pills. The second-grade ones are slightly more expensive, but not bad. They are 40,000, 30,000 respectively. The middle-aged man saw that there seemed to be something interesting and quickly introduced him. "Oh. That's really not expensive." Su Jingming said this, but his eyes were slightly cold. The elixirs are divided into 9 grades from the first grade to the 9th grade. The higher the grade of the elixir, the stronger the effect. However, even first-grade elixirs are generally relatively expensive, costing at least 30,000 to 40,000 pills, but this person's price was almost half the price. Coupled with the sneaky look of the other party, Su Jingming was almost certain that this was a liar selling fake medicine. Moreover, he is probably a veteran. Otherwise, we would not specifically select newcomers who are not very knowledgeable and are registering as adventurers for the first time. Of course, the elixirs here are famous for being cheap and effective. The middle-aged man patted his chest as if he was confident. However, Su Jingming's joking expression greeted him. 20,000 healing pills. Do you think I will believe that this fake medicine will have any good effects? The middle-aged man was stunned at first, and the smile that was still on his face suddenly disappeared. Have you seen it a long time ago? What do you think? Su Jingming said calmly. Good, very good. The middle-aged man narrowed his eyes and scanned Su Jingming carefully up and down. The aura exuding from his body gradually became dangerous. How dare a small first-level leader dare to play tricks on me? Before Su Jingming could speak, a shout came from the side. Zhao Chunlin. You are selling fake medicine here again. It was one of the girls in her 20s who was wearing a black battle suit and carrying a black sword. Her eyebrows were raised, and she rushed over angrily, guarding Su Jingming behind her. It's you? Zhao Chunlin couldn't help but frown when he saw this woman. This woman's name is Wang Qian, and she was deceived by herself once in the early days. Later, as Wang Qian's level increased, he never caused any trouble for her. Unexpectedly, he actually stepped forward to help a newcomer today. If it were anyone else, Zhao Chunlin would definitely not give up so easily, but there is a small team behind Wang Qian, which is difficult to deal with, and it is not appropriate to cause a conflict, so, he had no choice but to snort coldly. You're lucky, you have someone to help you, but you'd better not leave the supply base these days, otherwise, you will regret it. After giving Su Jingming a meaningful look and saying harsh words, Zhao Chunlin turned around and left. TSK, this guy Zhao Chunlin is targeting him, this newcomer will be in trouble. It's not good to offend anyone, you have to offend Zhao Chunlin. I heard that he was promoted to the second level mid-level some time ago. For a little guy who is only at the first level, the final result will probably be disastrous. The movement here also attracted the attention of other people with powers in the hall. In this source water supply base, the second-level mid-range superpower users are already considered to have very good combat effectiveness, and Su Jingming, who dared to conflict with the other party even though he was only at the first level of leadership, naturally became the target of sympathy. Did you have a conflict with Zhao Chunlin just now? Listening to the comments from the people around her, the young girl Wang Qian who was protecting Su Jingming behind her suddenly frowned. Without waiting for Su Jingming to reply, he said to himself, "Forget it, since you have offended him, don't leave the supply base recently, fighting is prohibited in the supply base, and he can't do anything to you. Thanks for reminding." She kindly reminded herself that Su Jingming naturally had good intentions towards her. It's easy. I was deceived by him back then, so I didn't want others to be deceived as well. Wang Qian waved her hand. Then he just keeps cheating and no one cares about him. Su Jingming frowned slightly. Zhao Chunlin has a black market background, who dares to care about him? Wang Qian sneered. In fact, the other party not only has a background in the black market, but is also related to the high-level officials of this supply base, otherwise, how could he have been cheating here for several years? Xiao Qian, it's time for us to go back to the room. Hearing other team members calling her, Wang Qian responded, and before leaving, she did not forget to remind her again. Remember, don't leave the supply base during this period. She is a warm-hearted girl. Looking at Wang Qian and the team members gradually leaving, Su Jingming couldn't help but nodded. There are not so many good people in the world. People who have been caught in the rain will not only not hold an umbrella for others, but will break other people's umbrellas. For example, just now, he was sure that there were other people in the hall who had been deceived before. But when Zhao Chunlin came to find him, no one warned him. Some people may even gloat in their hearts, only this Wang Qian not only took the initiative to speak out, but also protected herself behind her like an old hen. This personality is somewhat similar to Lin Qingyuan, my high school monitor. They are both kind and gentle. Su Jingming said silently in his heart. As for Zhao Chunlin, he didn't take it to heart from beginning to end. After all, it is questionable whether a second-level mid-level superpower user can withstand the power of his shot. Next, Su Jingming purchased a tactical backpack through official channels at the supply base, as well as enough fresh water and energy bars to last for more than a month. He also purchased 10 first-grade healing pills, 10 first-grade detoxifying pills, and 1 second-grade blood-breaking pill. The tactical backpack and supplies were not expensive, costing less than 100,000 in total, but the elixir cost him 900,000. Of course, it's worth it, especially the second-grade violent blood pill worth 300,000 yuan is a desperate artifact. After purchasing all the supplies, Su Jingming rented a room at the supply base and slept for one night. Early the next morning, we walked out of the supply base fully armed. However, when Su Jingming stepped onto the square in front of the supply base, a familiar voice sounded from not far ahead. "Oh, I didn't expect you to dare to come out." Chapter 63 Noisy. Shocking Wang Qian. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In front of the source water supply base is a wide square. Only after passing through the square can you enter the wilderness area. As soon as Su Jingming left the supply base and stepped onto the square, he was blocked by Zhao Chunlin. At this time, Zhao Chunlin is no longer the businessman he was yesterday. He put on his battle clothes and carried a long knife, obviously prepared for it. You are really disobedient. I told you not to leave the supply base, but you insist on coming out. It's okay now, I'm stuck here. Looking at Su Jingming in front of him, Zhao Chunlin had a proud smile on his face. Yesterday, he estimated that Su Jingming would not be so obedient at the supply base, so he waited outside early in the morning. As expected, Su Jingming had no intention of hiding from him. I, Zhao Chunlin, am not that easy to mess with. If you slap yourself 10 times and then compensate me 200,000 yuan, the matter will be over. Zhao Chunlin drew out his long sword, and all the auras belonging to the second-level mid-level superpower burst out. It attracted the attention of many people in the square. At this time, Wang Qian and her team members also walked out of the entrance of the supply base hall. At a glance, he saw Su Jingming confronting Zhao Chunlin not far ahead. Oops, didn't I tell him not to leave the supply base during this period? Why did he come out anyway? Wang Qian became anxious when she saw this, and was about to run over again, but she was stopped directly by the Captain Yao Mushi behind her. Xiao Qian, don't worry, take a look and then talk. This is a girl about the same age as Wang Qian, but she is taller. She was seen staring at the spear behind Su Jingming with a thoughtful expression. Oh well. As a member of the team, Wang Qian naturally has to listen to her captain. In addition, she was also a little angry that Su Jingming didn't listen to her. It would be good to let him have a longer memory, so that he doesn't have to go his own way and not listen to others' advice. Wang Qian thought to herself. On the other side, a hint of impatience flashed across Su Jingming's resolute face in the face of Zhao Chunlin's threat. What if I say no? Oh. Then I'm afraid you will spend the rest of your life in a wheelchair, because both of your legs will be removed by me. A cold smile appeared on Zhao Chunlin's face. If others know that he has been fooled by a new person, where will his face go? You must establish your authority, and you must be ruthless. Only in this way can others be deterred. Thinking of this, his exposed skin turned into a metallic gray-green color. Sea-level superpower, metallized skin. With the blessing of metallized skin, his defense is extremely strong and he can be said to be invulnerable. With metallized skin and my D-class suit, you can't even break through my defense. Little guy, you still want to follow me? Before Zhao Chunlin finished speaking, he was interrupted by the deep voice of Su Jingming in front of him. Noisy. What? Before Zhao Chunlin could react, he felt a huge force coming from his waist. Under this huge force, his D-class suit and metallized skin were like decorations and did not play any blocking role. Then, his whole body was like an aroused cannonball, flying directly backwards. Bang! 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 It smashed several small craters into the ground and flew 8 or 9 meters away before stopping, not knowing whether it was life or death, and the instigator of all this, as if nothing was wrong, walked towards the entrance of the wilderness area without even looking at it. Hiss! Instant kill! So terrifying. Let me go. How did he take action? I didn't even see clearly. Huh, Zhao Chunlin has hit a brick wall now. It's a shame. I was worried about that little brother yesterday. I didn't expect him to be so strong. Zhao Chunlin, who is in the middle of the second level, is somewhat famous in this source water supply base. In this regard, many people who had been tricked by him but did not dare to take action felt extremely happy. Some people even went to Zhao Chunlin to take a look. The opponent's waist seemed to have been blown up by a high-intensity bomb, and it was covered with blood. Although he was still panting, he was still out of breath and his breath was very weak. On the other side, Wang Qian's eyes widened at the entrance of the supply base. She never expected that things would develop completely differently from what she imagined. Su Jingming actually killed Zhao Chunlin. And it's still an instant kill. What's more important is that as a second-level low-level superpower, she didn't even see how Su Jingming took action. It's whip legs. Captain Yao Mushi behind him saw it clearly, but she didn't expect that the opponent's whip kick would be so powerful. Zhao Chunlin's pelvis was completely shattered, and it was not certain whether he would survive. Even if he could be saved, he would probably be a cripple in a wheelchair from now on. As expected of someone who came out of the Magic City Superpower University, he is very strong and ruthless. Yao Mushi had appreciation in her eyes. He graduated from the Magic University of Magic. Captain, how do you know? Wang Qian was slightly startled when she heard this, and asked quickly. The remaining 2 team members also cast curious glances. On his spear, there is the school emblem of the Magic University of Magic. This is what Yao Mushi discovered just now. the sword emblem surrounded by thorns and roses is found on every weapon produced by the Magic City Superpower University. Also, apart from students from top universities, have you ever seen anyone else with the ability to kill instantly across levels? That's right. Wang Qian suddenly realized and suggested impulsively. Don't we still need a strong attacker in our team? How about we add him to our team? Anyway, our school is in the city of Shanghai University, so it will be very convenient to form a team in the future. People are already far away, how can we still pull them? Besides, when our team was established, didn't we agree that we would only have female members? Yao Mushi said slowly, they are all students at Linjiang University of Supernatural Powers in the Demon City University City. I came here this time because I wanted to take advantage of the summer vacation to hunt more ferocious beasts and accumulate some financial resources. Xiao Qian, are you interested in others? But that guy is indeed handsome. I have no objection to him joining us, but the other two little sisters immediately started laughing after hearing this. Chapter 64 Wilderness Area. The desire to kill is rising. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Different places have different rules. The rules of the school are learning and training, the rules of the wilderness area are that the weak eat the strong, and the big fish eats the small fish. Even the supply base outside the wilderness area is the same, because of the huge benefits brought by the flesh and blood of ferocious beasts as well as exotic flowers, plants, and fruits. Supply bases are generally a mixed bag of good and bad, with all forces intertwined. Under such an order, even the Public Security Bureau responsible for illegal crimes cannot control this place. This is a veritable gray area. As long as you are strong enough and don't make too much noise, no one will care at all. Of course, if you are blind and offend someone you shouldn't offend, no one can help you. This is the case for Zhao Chunlin, who relies on his second-level mid-level strength to crush Su Jingming, unexpectedly. Su Jingming was the dragon, and he himself was the ant that was crushed, after applying for the adventurer certificate at the entrance to the wilderness area. Su Jingming successfully entered the wilderness area. Roar. Ouch. Compared with the test site for the martial arts college entrance examination, this Yuanshui wilderness area is obviously much larger. The ferocious beasts were also more cruel and bloodthirsty. As soon as Su Jingming walked in, he heard the roars and roars from the ferocious beasts. This roar was extremely distant, but still majestic and powerful. At least they are all fourth-level ferocious beasts. Su Jingming said silently in his heart, the higher the level of the beast, the higher its wisdom. The intelligence of the fourth-level ferocious beast is almost that of a teenage child, and it knows how to maintain its territory. The roars he makes from time to time also indicate that this is his territory. If a ferocious beast of the same level breaks in, it will surely receive the most terrifying blow. Of course, these more delicious human superpowers are naturally the targets of hunting. The source water wilderness area is roughly divided into two areas, the ruined town and the mountain forest. Su Jingming opened the map on his smart watch and looked at it carefully. Although his current level is only at the upper level of the first level, his true combat power is at the peak of the second level. He needs to find a place with a large number of ferocious beasts and not so many high-level ferocious beasts to hunt ferocious beasts and harvest power points. The ferocious beasts living in the mountains and forests are slightly stronger. Su Jingming found that his current target was naturally in the ruined town. There are many ferocious beasts in City A, but most of them are first-level ones, which are too low. There are mostly second-order ferocious beasts in C-Town, but there have been traces of third-order or even fourth-order ferocious beasts around, so the risk factor is higher. Look at other towns. After some selection, Su Jingming finally chose a ruined town called Pingyuan County. Most of the ruins of this county town are filled with second-order ferocious beasts, and there are very few first-order ferocious beasts. There are no third-level or fourth-level ferocious beasts, and the area is very large, and there are at least 500 or 600 ferocious beasts entrenched in it. It is currently the most suitable place for him to hunt. Pingyuan County, go here. Su Jingming's eyes narrowed slightly, and after determining the location according to the map, he jumped out like a vigorous cheetah. Pingyuan County is almost 20 kilometers away from the entrance to the wilderness area. If we run at full speed, we will arrive in less than 40 minutes. But this is a dangerous wilderness area. not a plastic track where you can run freely. Jingming walked cautiously along the way, carefully avoiding areas where high-level ferocious beasts might be present. It took almost 3 hours to arrive. Pinyin County, we've arrived. What appeared in Jingming's sight was a ruined city similar to a martial arts college entrance examination center. In the city, the once glamorous high-rise buildings have long since become extremely dilapidated. On the ground, vehicles abandoned by people who were busy escaping for their lives can be seen everywhere. The original concrete road was also overgrown with weeds, and among the weeds, you could even see some gnawed-out skeletons. Among them, there are some from ferocious beasts. And some from humans. Ho ho. Ouch! A series of terrifying roars sounded from the ruined city, one after another, different from the ferocious beasts kept in captivity in the martial arts college entrance examination center. This place is a veritable paradise for ferocious beasts and a nightmare for mankind. Just the ferocious and violent roar is enough to make the legs of some weak-willed superpowers tremble. Jingming had no reaction to this. With a burning fighting spirit in his eyes, he could even feel that he was eager for the coming killing in his heart. Is the negative emotional impact of Thunder Tyrannosaurus, that the dark cloud blast gun was already in Jingming's hand. It's just that this time you don't have to be patient anymore and start killing. Jingming held a spear in his hand and entered the county town in a flash. Pinyin County is very large, and there are many ferocious beasts entrenched in it. Although Jingming has the strength of the second-level peak, he can only deal with 2 or 3 second-level peak beasts at the same time. When there are too many, even he has to run away. Therefore, we can't make too much noise, otherwise, hundreds of second-level ferocious beasts in the entire county will unite to pursue and block him, and even if there is a thunder flash, it will be difficult to escape. Therefore, after entering Pinyin County, Jingming gave priority to picking out the lone ferocious beasts, or start with a group of ferocious beasts with less than 10 ferocious beasts and no more than 3 second-level peak ferocious beasts. Ding! Kill a second-level low-level shadow cat and get 18 power points. Ding! Kill a second-level mid-level one-horned rhinoceros and get 22 power points. Ding! Kill a second-level low-level armed sword tiger and get 19 power points. Ding! Kill a second-level mid-level shadow cat and get 21 power points. In this way, Jingming shot one person at a time, like a ghost, shuttled through Pinyin County, and started a crazy killing. I don't know if it was the influence of Thunder Tyrannosaurus blood in the whole process. Not only was he not tired at all, but he became more and more excited as he killed. As Jingming's killing began, the power points on his system panel also increased rapidly at a terrifying speed. Chapter 65 8,000 power points. Luxurious panel. You are listening at novelfull.audio. 1 month later, Pinyin County, a team of 4 superpowers walked on the dilapidated city roads. Compared with other teams of superpowers walking in the wilderness area, this team seems much more casual. One by one, they carried their weapons behind their backs without any trace of nervousness. Captain, what do you think is going on in Pinyin County? We've been wandering around for a whole day. Why haven't we encountered a single ferocious beast? One of the team members couldn't help complaining. They arrived in Pinyin County last night, and upon arrival they discovered something was wrong. The entire Pinyin County is really too quiet, but the visibility at night was not good, and many ferocious beasts lived at night, so they didn't go into details. Unexpectedly, I woke up the next day and prepared to officially hunt the ferocious beast. But they found that the entire Pinyin County was like a dead city, eerily quiet. This also led to the fact that from morning to afternoon, they didn't even encounter a ferocious beast. If it were in the past, they would have already started hunting. You ask me, who should I ask? The captain was a bald and strong man, and he was obviously on the verge of an emotional outburst at this time, so he snarled angrily. There are at least 500 to 600 ferocious beasts in Pinyin County. Such a huge group of ferocious beasts, even if they had to migrate, would not be able to migrate so cleanly. One of the team members frowned. Pinyin County is a place where their team often comes. However, I didn't expect that such a big change would occur in this place after just 1 month of absence. We'll look for another 2 hours. If there really aren't any ferocious beasts, we'll be ready to change places. The bald man as the captain said solemnly. they are very clear about the various terrains and distribution of ferocious beasts in Pinyin County. If you move to another place, it will take a lot of time to get familiar with it. He didn't want to give up here unless he had to. Roar! At this moment, a second-level low-level armed sword tiger jumped out of an abandoned small building not far away and appeared in everyone's sight. It's the armed saber tiger. For their team of superpowers who were all at level 2 or above, a low level 2 armed sword tiger was originally nothing. Each one of them stared at the sword-armed tiger with green eyes, like a starving ghost reincarnated. It's not easy enough. Finally encountered the first ferocious beast. The bald man also looked happy and waved his hand. Everyone come together. Kill it. Everyone was particularly positive about today's first prey. In particular, a middle-aged man with a big sword caught up to the armed sword tiger not far away in a few steps and was about to sprint past. Bang! A sound like a sonic boom sounded from a tall building in the distance. Immediately afterwards, a thick blue-purple thunder spear like a cruise missile flew rapidly from the sky. What is this? Before everyone could react, with just a roar, the thunder spear hit the armed sword tiger in front. Crackling, the ground trembled, accompanied by the sound of electric arcs pulsing. A blue-purple thunder mushroom cloud with a terrifying aura rose in place. The entire sword-armed tiger was directly destroyed into dregs under the power of this powerful thunder. Fuck! The strong man closest to the armed sword tiger trembled in fright, and his long sword fell to the ground. If he had taken one step forward just now, it wouldn't just be the armed saber tiger that would be turned into rubbish. The remaining team members were also frightened, and one of them even trembled and asked the strongest bald man in the team. "Team, Captain, what was that just now?" "The latest laser weapon. The ferocious beast has rough skin and thick flesh, and ordinary bullets and missiles are almost impossible to break through its defenses. Only laser weapons can have this kind of lethality." The bald head glanced at the tall building in the distance, and then quickly ordered with a solemn expression. "Let's go. This place in Pinyin County should be occupied by a strong man." The blow just now was probably also a warning to us. No wonder we can't find the ferocious beasts. They must have all been killed by that lightning-type strongman. Hiss, the power of the thunder spear just now was too terrifying. My legs are still shaking a little now. Let's go quickly. If we go slowly, we'll be in trouble if we anger that strong man. A group of people quickly adjusted their direction and walked quickly towards leaving Pinyin County. I was afraid that if I walked too slowly, I would provoke a thunderous spear from that strong man. Ding! Kill a second-level low-level armed sword tiger and get 19 power points. In Pinyin County, the roof of a tall building, a tall young man slowly took back his right hand that still had blue and purple thunder. This person is Jingming, who has stayed in Pinyin County for more than a month. Compared with how clean and tidy he was when he first entered the county a month ago, Jing was obviously a little sloppy at this time. There were dark red bloodstains everywhere on the black suit, and it was damaged in some places, and the boots were also covered in dust. The whole body of equipment, except the dark cloud blast gun behind him, is cleaner, and the original dark gold color can still be seen. On the head, the original short hair has grown into medium-long hair, and a lot of beard has sprouted on the chin. However, this does not affect his appearance, but adds a touch of vicissitudes to him, especially Jingming's cold black and white eyes. It also gives people a sense of clarity that after going through many vicissitudes, they are still young. When they come back, such an appearance is fatally attractive to some middle-aged young women. The attack range of a thunder gun that has reached advanced proficiency has increased to more than 1,000 meters. Not bad. The thunder spear just now was his experiment to upgrade the power of the A-level combat skill thunder spear to advanced proficiency. Unexpectedly, the result was even better than imagined. Speaking of which, there are fewer and fewer ferocious beasts in Pinyin County, so it's time to move to another place. There are almost more than 500 second-level ferocious beasts in Pinyin County. Under this month of crazy killings, almost all of the more than 500 second-level ferocious beasts turned into superpower points. 8,000 power points. This is the total number of ability points obtained by Jingming based on rough statistics. As for why it is a rough statistics, it is just because after getting the power points, he will choose to use them immediately without accumulating them. And his current panel can be called luxurious. Name, Su Jingming, level, 2nd level upper level, superpower, purple sky divine thunder, physique, 1310 chi and blood, plus, spirit, 972 Hz, plus, skills, marksmanship, master, boxing, intermediate, thunder spear, advanced, chain thunder spear, intermediate, thunder flash, advanced, thunder prison, intermediate, lightning rush, advanced, body training, thunder immortal body, 3rd level, power points, 112. The level has jumped from the 1st level to the 2nd level. The S-level body forging combat skill, thunder indestructible body, has been upgraded to the 3rd level, and the thunder state has been successfully mastered. The marksmanship has also reached a master level that most superpowers cannot achieve in their entire lives. As for other combat skills, they have all been upgraded to at least the intermediate level. In 1 month, I will reach the 2nd level upper level, the 3rd level of immortal lightning, as well as many A-level combat skills with intermediate proficiency. Who else can do it but me? Although there is a reason for the Deep Blue system, his own efforts are also indelible. Pack up your things tonight, go back to the supply base tomorrow, and then continue deep into the wilderness area. Su Jingming withdrew his gaze, walked down from the roof, and returned to his room in the building. This is an ordinary room of more than 30 square meters, and it is also his temporary base in Pinyin County. The only furniture in the room is a desk and bed. Although it was very simple, it was still the only room that was still intact after he searched for more than 10 rooms. The furniture in other rooms was already so dilapidated that it was impossible to even sleep on it. In the corner of the room, a huge black tactical backpack was displayed. Ordinary tactical backpacks can only hold 100 or 200 kilograms of stuff at most, but this tactical backpack was packed with more than 400 kilograms by Su Jingming. As a result, the entire tactical backpack became a fatter version. Fortunately, I bought a reinforced version, otherwise, the tactical backpack would not be able to carry such a heavy weight. Su Jingming walked to the corner and opened his tactical backpack. Inside were some cleaned arm knives, tiger tendons, cat claws and rhinoceros horns. These are the most valuable parts of the beast. When we first entered Pinyin County, every time Su Jingming kills a ferocious beast, he will collect all the materials from the beast. It soon became apparent that there were so many items that the tactical backpack simply couldn't fit in them. So when he got to the back, he only collected the most valuable parts of the beasts, but even so, he still collected more than 400 kilograms of ferocious beast materials. As for the exotic flowers and plants, Su Jingming may not know many of them, or they may only grow in forests and mountains. Anyway, during the time he was in Pinyin County, he never saw a single one. What are you going to eat tonight? Su Jingming glanced at the tactical backpack and finally picked out a huge tiger tendon. The tiger tendons were skillfully threaded on a bamboo pole, and then with a flash of lightning, the pile of firewood in the room was ignited. Put the bamboo pole on the firewood, and after a short wait, the whole tiger tendon with some flesh and blood was burnt golden by the flames, and the aroma was overflowing. Su Jingming picked up the bamboo pole and bit into the tiger tendon. The soft texture and aroma in his mouth made him nod with satisfaction. Although I brought enough fresh water and energy bars for more than a month, but energy bars don't have much flavor at all. They are enough to fill your stomach, but eating them for a long time is really unbearable. Therefore, at the end of the day, Su Jingming basically didn't eat energy bars, but chose freshly baked ones. But it's a pity that he didn't bring any condiments, otherwise it would be more delicious. When we return to the supply base tomorrow, we will buy a pot and a set of condiments to prepare. When you want to eat meat, just pick a ferocious beast and kill it right away. This reminded Su Jingming of some fisherman from his previous life. What matters is a fresh and authentic one. Since there are few ferocious beasts left in Pinyin County, even if there are any left, they are only 3 or 2 kittens, so Su Jingming stopped going out to hunt ferocious beasts after dinner. He trained in his room until 11 o'clock in the evening, then lay down on the bed and fell into a light sleep. Early the next morning, I carried a tactical backpack as tall as one person and set off in the direction of the supply base. Chapter 66 29 million. Get rich. You are listening at novelfull.audio. August 17, 10 am, the morning sun shines on the earth. cloudless, the entrance to the wilderness area not far from the source water supply base. Just like in the past, a large number of people with superpowers enter the wilderness area from here, and a large number of people with superpowers leave the wilderness area from here. Among the people walking out of the wilderness area, there was a team of superpowers who had gained a lot, with smiles on their faces. There was also a team of superpowers who were supporting their seriously injured teammates and looking heavy, obviously suffering heavy losses. Some teams of superpowers even brought back an unrecognizable corpse that had been eaten. This is the cruel wilderness area. You never know when the accident will happen. Hey, Laoli, didn't you just go to Pinyin County the day before yesterday? Why are you back today? Why, did you find some big treasure? What the heck? Pinyin County has been occupied by a mysterious strongman. Let's go back and repair it first, and prepare to move to another place. Oh. Really? Then report this news to the base later, and maybe you can get some intelligence bonuses. The official team of superpowers guarding the entrance and exit of the wilderness area have long been accustomed to the life and death of superpowers. He was even able to laugh and say hello to some of his familiar team of superpowers. While he was talking, a huge black tactical backpack moved over from a distance. The team of superpowers guarding the entrance were slightly startled. What's the situation? Does the tactical backpack have legs on its own? As he got closer, he discovered that there was a tall and slender young man under the tactical backpack. Huh, what's going on? Such a big tactical backpack. Isn't he carrying the entire body of the one-horned rhinoceros on his back? Isn't this too stupid? It's a shame that the tactical backpack can be so big, that the capacity of an ordinary tactical backpack full of things is only about 1 cubic meter, but this young man's backpack was stretched to 2 cubic meters. Such an unusual scene naturally attracted the laughter and attention of other people with powers. Thinking that this was a new adventurer who didn't know how to collect ferocious beast materials, he brought back the entire ferocious beast, but after noticing the young man's aura, the superpowers suddenly stopped laughing. Second level up. Such a powerful superpower has generally been in and out of the wilderness area several times, and it is impossible to just bring back one ferocious beast. In other words, such a big bag may be full of ferocious beast materials. TSK, look at how tight the strap is. It weighs 300 to 400 kilograms at least. If you sell this large amount of ferocious beast materials, you're going to make a lot of money. A group of superpowers looked at this young man with envy, with respect for the strong in their eyes. Lone rangers who dare to enter the wilderness area alone are generally very strong. It is extremely rare to enter a wilderness area alone and bring back so many ferocious beast materials. In addition, the other party looks so young. Maybe he is a top genius in a certain university. Such a genius is something they can't even imagine. Under the astonished gazes of the superpowers, Jingming walked into the supply base building. The weapons of superpowers generally weigh hundreds of kilograms, therefore, the elevators in the supply base are specially made and can withstand tens of thousands of kilograms of weight. Jingming himself weighs more than 120 kilograms, plus the 260 kilograms of the dark cloud blast gun and more than 400 kilograms of ferocious beast materials, a total of more than 790 kilograms of weight. The elevator still carries it upward together, but other people in the elevator obviously felt that the elevator was much slower than before. Ding dong, that the elevator stopped on the 6th floor of the supply base. As Jingming walked out, everyone felt that the elevator was a lot lighter. The 6th and 7th floors of the supply base are both places where materials for ferocious beasts are purchased. There are 10 purchase counters in total in the lobby on the 6th floor, and there are queues in front of each counter. Jingming picked a group with fewer people and queued up. After a while, it was his turn. Sir, what materials do you want to sell? That the female staff member behind the counter asked with a smile. Second level ferocious beast material. The types of ferocious beasts are a bit mixed, and they weigh about 400 kilograms. More than 400 kilograms. That much? That the staff behind the counter was slightly stunned and had not yet reacted. Jingming in front had already taken off his backpack and dumped all the contents on the weighing plate. A large amount of ferocious beast materials poured out, different from the materials sold by other superpowers. These materials are all the essence of ferocious beasts: tiger tendon, arm knife, rhinoceros horn, There are so many things that the weighing plates are piled up into a small mountain. The final weight is also shown as 423.5 kilograms. First, sir, please wait a moment, you have too many ferocious beast materials, it's a bit troublesome to count, I need to call some more people over. The staff behind the counter was obviously panicked and quickly dialed the phone to ask for support. After a while, 4 or 5 staff members walked out of the lobby. The middle-aged man in a suit at the head extended his hand enthusiastically. Hello, I'm Zhao Yi, the manager in charge of the material acquisition business on the 6 or 7 floors of the supply base. Su Jingming. Su Jingming nodded, stretched out his hand and shook his hand. Mr. Su is really young and promising. He is able to hunt so many ferocious beasts at such a young age. It really amazes me. Leave it to them here, and I'm sure they'll all be counted for you. Come on, let's go sit over there. For powerful superpowers, the supply base has always been more important, especially a young second-level high-level superpower like Su Jingming has a bright future. Therefore, the supervisor Zhao Yi, who is at least a third-level superpower, kept his posture very low. Not only did Su Jingming be invited to have tea and chat, he was also given a platinum membership card for the supply base. Sir, your inventory of ferocious beast materials has been completed. Half an hour later, all Su Jingming's beast materials were counted. Among them, there are 89 pieces of second-level high-level ferocious beast materials, each worth 60,000 to 80,000 daxia coins. There are 107 pieces of materials for the second-level median ferocious beast, each worth 50,000 to 70,000 daxia coins. There are 221 pieces of second-level lower-level ferocious beast materials, each worth 40,000 to 60,000 daxia coins. There are also 34 pieces of first-level peak ferocious beast materials, each worth 20,000 to 30,000 daxia coins. This made Director Zhao secretly marvel. Good guy, are you taking away the entire lair of ferocious beasts? Thinking of this, the smile on Zhao Yi's face became even brighter. The total of these ferocious beast materials is 24.764 million. How about we round it up and calculate it to 25 million? Is this how you put it all together? Su Jingming glanced at Zhao Yi and nodded, okay. The price was similar to what he expected. On the black market, the price may be higher, however, the supply base is an official channel, so it is naturally better to go through official channels. Ding, your Zhongxia bank account with the last number 7043 has received 25 million yuan, with a balance of 29,123,400 yuan. After waiting for a while, the SMS arrival reminder sounded. Su Jingming originally had a balance of more than 4 million, but now it's suddenly increased to 29 million. It can be said that he suddenly became rich. With so much money, even Su Jingming, who had always been in a calm mood, felt a little excited. Director Zhao, let's meet next time. See you next time. Supervisor Zhao Yi waved goodbye, and the enthusiasm on his face was not fake. For this single order alone, his commission can be nearly 1 million. We went straight to the restaurant on the 2nd floor, ordered a table of delicious dishes, and ate to our heart's content, but what he didn't notice was that in the corner of the restaurant, a figure in a wheelchair looked at him with a gloomy look. Then he turned the wheelchair and left slowly. A few minutes later, the office of the supervisor Zhao Yi. Director, the person who harmed me has returned to the supply base. You must avenge me. In the wheelchair, Zhao Chunlin looked extremely ferocious when he thought of the figure just now, although he was lucky enough to survive from the other party a month ago, but his pelvis was completely shattered and he has been left with a lifelong disability. Even those with healing powers can't cure it. Oh. Is that the first-level little guy you mentioned? Zhao Yi, who was behind the seat, raised his eyebrows. Then how do you want to take revenge? Isn't the Tiger Shark team back from a mission? Let the Tiger Shark team take action, and I will make his life worse than death. Zhao Chunlin was overwhelmed by anger at this time. Zhao Yi couldn't help but frown when he heard this. Although this Zhao Chunlin was a relative who was assigned to work at the supply base, he had become more and more arrogant in recent years. Moreover, it was directly scrapped a month ago, and now it has almost no use value. It seems a bit unworthy to use the Tiger Shark squad for him. After thinking for a moment, Zhao Yi finally nodded. Okay, Tiger Shark team will lend it to you, but from now on, we will have nothing to do with each other. Zhao Chunlin said that he was also one of his own, and it depends on the owner when beating a dog. If he doesn't help this time, how can others help him? Of course, I can only help this time. Don't worry, after finishing this job, I will leave Yuanshui City directly. Watching Zhao Chunlin drive away in a wheelchair, Zhao Yi suddenly felt a sense of uneasiness in his heart. He couldn't help but frown, and then slowly relaxed. The Tiger Shark team is a second-level elite team of superpowers, dealing with a first-level little guy. What could be wrong? Chapter 67. Is this the first level of superiority? You are listening at novelfull.audio. After sending Zhao Chunlin away, Zhao Yi made a phone call. Director Wang, I just found a good superpower on the 6th floor. His name is Su Jingming. Wang Chuang is the general manager responsible for managing the entire source water supply base. He is also his direct boss. Generally, any powerful supernatural being discovered needs to be reported to Wang Chuang. Sometimes if you are lucky, you can get some rewards. Su Jingming. Just wait while I check the information. After a brief silence, Wang Chuang's voice sounded again, but this time it contained a little excitement. Director Zhao, the Su Jingming you just mentioned is very important to me. If he comes to the 6th floor again, please notify me immediately. Zhao Yi was slightly startled when he heard this, and then nodded, understood. Who can make Lao Wang so excited? After hanging up the phone, Zhao Yi subconsciously touched his chin. Only the chief executive and general manager can access the adventure information in the supply base, and he has not yet reached that level. Although he felt itchy, he had no good solution. But since Lao Wang has paid attention to it, I will be more cautious in the future. It will not go wrong. Zhao Yi didn't dwell too much and quickly got into work. On the top floor of the source water supply base, the chief manager's office, looking at the information displayed on the computer, Wang Chuang's eyes lit up slightly. I didn't expect that another disciple of Yang Zhentian would come to our source water supply base. Through the information database of the source water supply base, we can only find out that Su Jingming came from the Magic City University of Superpowers. However, Wang Chuang usually paid special attention to students from top universities like this, so I checked it using my family's intelligence information system. You won't know if you don't check, but you'll be shocked if you check. This Su Jingming turned out to be the recent disciple of Grandmaster Yang Zhentian of Magic City Superpower University. To know, for people at his level, what forces and powerful people there are in nearby provinces and cities is information that must be kept in mind, otherwise, you won't even know if you accidentally get into trouble one day. And this person is Yang Zhentian, who has reached the 7th level and has once killed an 8th level ferocious beast across levels. The other party's disciples should also be treated with caution. If Zhao Yi is right, Su Jingming's level has really reached the 2nd level, then his talent is even stronger than the original Lu Ming. No, this cannot be said to be strong, it is simply a monster. Wang Chuang leaned back on his seat, his eyes twinkling slightly. No one would believe an 18-year-old 2nd-level leader. It's best to make friends with such a monster. Even if you can't make friends, you should treat them with extreme caution and never offend them. Phew, I'm full. In the restaurant on the 2nd floor of the supply base, Su Jingming, who had a full meal, called the waiter to pay the bill. The dishes at the supply base are not cheap. Just over 10 dishes cost him 20,000 daxia coins. Although some of the dishes inside are made from ferocious beast meat, the prices of the dishes are at least 30% more expensive than outside. But Su Jingming, who had just made a lot of money, didn't care about these details. After paying the bill, he went straight to the 3rd floor of the supply base. This is where the supply base sells equipment. He didn't plan to change the dark cloud wind gun in his hand for the time being, but the suit was torn in the previous battle. Instead of repairing it, just replace it. So, Su Jingming spent 12 million to directly buy a set of B-level uniforms and boots. In addition, he also found that space rings were being sold here, but the price was surprisingly high. The cheapest space ring, with a capacity equivalent to a small suitcase, sells for more than 10 million. With such an expensive price, even though Su Jingming was very interested in a space ring, he was still persuaded to give up. After all, such a small capacity space ring cannot hold many things, but more than 10 million. For him now, can still buy a lot of resources. Jingming had no choice but to leave the supply base and walk toward the back streets. The back street is a street not far from the supply base, developed by the citizens of Yuanshui City. It is different from the supply base that only sells items for people with supernatural powers. The back streets are more down to earth and have everything. Outside the supply base, there is a dark corner where sunlight cannot reach. Zhao Chunlin's bloodshot eyes stared at the figure leaving in the distance, and in a hoarse voice he ordered to the people around him. Your target is him, break his hands and feet, and then bring him to me. This is a group of 5 people, 3 men and 2 women, each ranking at the top of the second level. They are the Tiger Shark team, and they are usually responsible for carrying out some tasks assigned by the supply base. Of course, I will occasionally help some supervisors with whom I have good relationships do some private work, just like now. New. The leader of the Tiger Shark team is a man in his 30s with claw scars on his face and a fierce aura. The man nodded and followed quietly with the remaining 4 people. Arriving at the back street, Jingming received a call from Lu Wentao before he started looking for pots and condiments. Pressing the button to connect, Lu Wentao's familiar voice came from the other end of the phone. Brother Ming. You can finally get through on the phone. Just came back from the wilderness area. What happened? Nothing, I just want to chat with you, Brother Ming. Lu Wentao on the other end of the phone chuckled and then asked. By the way, Brother Ming, when will you go back to school? It will take another half a month. Then we can only wait for that guy Li Qingji to be arrogant for a while. Brother Ming, you don't know that this Li Qingji is a new student who has just registered for school. He is the provincial champion of Qinghai province. This guy is so arrogant, he is the second lowest rank. On the other end of the phone, Lu Wen kept talking about what happened after Jingming left school. During his time in school, Jingming was considered a top figure among the freshmen because he broke records and crushed Lei Zhou, but now that he has been in the wilderness area for more than a month, the new students have gradually forgotten about him. Many other strong freshmen are also beginning to emerge. Jingming suddenly stopped in his steps. What's wrong? Nothing, just keep talking. Jingming's paused pace resumed again, but while listening to Lu Wentao's gossip information, a blue-purple arc of lightning danced slightly on the fingertips of his right hand. If anything goes wrong, the terrifying purple sky divine thunder will pour out. Be prepared, the target is about to enter an alley. More than 20 meters behind Jingming, the leader of the Tiger Shark team hiding behind a building looked serious. At the same time, he ordered a woman in the team. He analyze the target's strength. He possesses spiritual sea-level powers, and her perception is extremely powerful. I have sensed the appearance of high-level ferocious beasts in the wilderness area several times and avoided them in advance, although this time it was just a first-level superpower user. But when a lion fights a rabbit, he also uses all his strength. To be cautious, you still have to analyze the target's strength before taking action. How big a wave can a first-level little guy make? One member of the team laughed. However, at this moment, who used her spiritual power, suddenly let out a low cry. What a fierce smell! What's wrong? What's wrong? The captain frowned and asked quickly. See for yourselves. He smiled bitterly, and with the help of her powers, she shared her perception with everyone in the team. This is. The captain of the Tiger Shark team who gained perception was immediately stunned. The world under Heji's spiritual perception is not much different from the ordinary world, but each creature will shine with its own light. This light may be weak or strong, representing different strengths, but the light that bloomed from the tall figure in front was terrifying, like a small sun. It was so conspicuous among the people around him who were just like a faint fluorescent light, and this kind of light is dozens of times stronger than that of him as the leader of the Tiger Shark team. Is this the first level of superiority? Are you fucking kidding me? Captain Tiger Shark couldn't help but curse secretly. Such a strong man could easily defeat their entire team. The intelligence is wrong and the mission is abandoned. Go back to the supply base immediately and go find Zhao Chunlin to settle the score. The leader of the Tiger Shark team looked gloomy and terrifying. if years of cautious habits hadn't made him more cautious, otherwise once they took action, the entire team would be waiting to be collected by others. As for Zhao Chunlin, who is the culprit, they will naturally not let him go. Chapter 68 The Furious Supervisor. How dare you? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Crackling. In the alley, the phone had been hung up long ago, holding the dark cloud Gale spear in his hand. Su Jingming, who was surrounded by the purple sky divine thunder, frowned. What's going on? Why did he suddenly run away? As early as when he first called Lu Wentao, he noticed that someone was following him. That's why he deliberately chose an alley where few people walked, intending to lure him out and get rid of him together. Unexpectedly, when the other party saw him walking into the alley, he not only did not attack, but turned around and ran away. But Zhao Chunlin is still restless in a wheelchair, and he dared to continue to attack me. Su Jingming narrowed his eyes. When he was at the supply base, he discovered Zhao Chunlin's existence, but he didn't expect that the other party not only didn't learn his lesson, but also dared to take revenge. Forget it, after buying things, I will go back to the supply base to settle accounts with him. Shaking his head, Su Jingming put the spear on his back again, restrained the thunder all over his body, and slowly left the alley. In the supply base, except for Zhao Chunlin, he had not offended anyone, so, the group of people who followed just now were most likely arranged by the other party. Of course, it could also be other people he didn't know, but it doesn't matter. Zhao Chunlin is also a hidden danger, so just deal with him by the way. In a secret room in the underground parking lot of the supply base, with a crisp slap, Zhao Chunlin was blown away with his wheelchair. What's going on? Why did you hit me? Zhao Chunlin got up from the ground, his face covered in blood, and was stunned. He was waiting here for the Tiger Shark team to bring people back, and then he would torture them. Unexpectedly, the Tiger Shark team not only did not bring people back. The captain slapped him right away. You still have the face to ask me? The information you gave me is wrong. The target is not the first level upper position at all, but the second level upper position. The captain of the Tiger Shark team had a gloomy face, and even the claw marks on his face were a little hideous. The other 4 team members also stared at Zhao Chunlin with unfriendly faces, especially when they knew that the other party had the strength to crush the entire team. Level 2. Up. How is it possible? It's only been more than a month. Zhao Chunlin's bloody face was full of shock. Humph, I don't care what happened, this mission ends here, we will talk to Director Zhao ourselves. The leader of the Tiger Shark team snorted coldly. He ignored Zhao Chunlin, who had completely collapsed emotionally, and turned away with his team members. If it weren't for the fact that the other party was Zhao Yi's relative, it would not be just a slap just now. You're back so soon. Have you dealt with the people? The 6th floor of the supply base, the supervisor's office. Zhao Yi smiled and looked at the Tiger Shark team members who came in. The Tiger Shark team is a second-level elite team. Although they have interests with each other, they are equal in status. There is a problem with Zhao Chunlin's intelligence. The target is not the first level upper level, but the second level upper level. And according to He Ji's spiritual ability observation, the opponent's actual combat power is very strong, at least above the 3rd level. So we didn't continue this mission. The leader's tone was not very friendly. Of course, if it were anyone else, in this situation, the tone would not be friendly. Second level upper level. What's wrong with Zhao Chunlin? He could even make a mistake. Zhao Yi frowned. A trace of uneasiness suddenly emerged in his heart, so he continued to ask. Name? I don't know, Zhao Chunlin didn't tell us. The captain of the Tiger Shark team shook his head. He pointed it out to us at the entrance of the base, but the characteristics of the target are quite obvious. He is about 1.9 meters tall, strong, and carries a dark golden spear more than 2 meters long. Zhao Yi's heart skipped a beat when he heard this. There are not many psychics who use spears, and the second level upper level and the dark golden color of the spear are added. Isn't this Su Jingming who was selling beast materials on the 6th floor an hour ago? Damn it, this is the person that the big boss is paying attention to, and I actually arranged someone to kill him. Zhao Yi's mind was blank. With the last glimmer of hope, he called Zhao Chunlin. What's the name of the person you arranged the Tiger Shark team to kill today? Zhao Chunlin on the other end of the phone seemed to be more stable, but he was still slightly stunned when he heard this question. Name? I don't know, I chatted with him when I was selling medicine in the lobby. Idiot. You dare to send someone to kill without even knowing the name. Zhao Yi cursed and crushed the phone. He knew Zhao Chunlin was a little stupid, but he didn't expect that he was so stupid that he didn't even know to get revenge before knowing the relevant information clearly. It seems that I have indulged him too much in the past few years. Zhao Yi sighed leisurely. He was promoted to base supervisor 4 years ago. Base supervisor is close to the core of the power of the supply base. There are many people who flatter him, and Zhao Chunlin is also well taken care of. It is precisely because of this that Zhao Chunlin became more reckless in his actions. He eventually caused such a disaster. Director Zhao, do you have any questions? The Tiger Shark team also saw that something was wrong, and the captain asked with a frown. By the way, did the target find you during the tracking process? Zhao Yi asked. We have not appeared in his sight, but we do not rule out the possibility that the other party may sense us. The captain hesitated. If it were an ordinary second-level high-level superpower user, his perceptual ability might not be so strong, but the bad thing is, the other party is very unusual. Zhao Yi's face darkened upon hearing this. He sighed and said. Okay, I understand, you go down. Since Su Jingming has probably discovered it, let's talk to the chief executive. After the Tiger Shark team left, Zhao Yi also walked out of the office on the 6th floor and took the elevator to the top floor of the supply base. Director Wang, are you busy? That with a flattering smile on his face, Zhao Yi pushed away the office of the chief supervisor Wang Chuang. It's Director Zhao, what's the matter? Wang Chuang, the top supervisor, is a lean man in his 40s. At this time, he was sitting behind his desk, handling official business. Is such that. Zhao Yi showed a wry smile and immediately began to tell what happened. I thought that I relied on my status as a supervisor and my attitude of proactively admitting my mistakes. Even if this Su Jingming is the person that the big manager likes, it should be fine. Unexpectedly, however, Wang Chuang, the chief executive, looked gloomy after hearing the entire incident. The powerful aura belonging to the 4th-level superpowers was already filling the air, and the entire office was filled with a depressing atmosphere, and when he looked at Zhao Yi, he was also extremely angry. How dare you send people to attack Su Jingming? Chapter 69 Apology. Space Ring. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In the chief executive's office, although Wang Chuang tried his best to restrain his anger, but anyone with a discerning eye can hear the anger contained in the other party's tone, and Zhao Yi, as a human being, is no exception, and this reaction was obviously beyond Zhao Yi's expectations, so he couldn't help but frown slightly. Director Wang, he's just a second-level guy. There's no need to be so angry, right? Just a second-level little guy. Wang Chuang almost laughed angrily. An hour ago, he was still thinking about how to have a good relationship with Su Jingming. Unexpectedly, Zhao Yi turned around and stabbed him in the back. So he simply clicked on Su Jingming's information, projected the hologram into the air, and said coldly. This is Su Jingming's information, you can read it yourself. Zhao Yi looked over quickly after hearing this. The top scholar in Jiangnan province, age 18, freshman from Magic City University of Superpowers. One message after another, keywords appeared in his sight. What? He's only 18 years old. Zhao Yi was shocked. What is the concept of reaching the second level at the age of 18? You know, there are so many provincial top scorers in the martial arts college entrance examination across the country, and they are the first to reach the top. Maybe one year there will be a second-tier provincial champion, but he had never even heard of the second-level provincial champion. But the message he saw immediately made his pupils shrink sharply. Yang Zhentian, the dean of the Weapons Academy of the Magic City University of Supernatural Powers, is his exclusive mentor. Trouble, I'm in trouble now. Zhao Yi's face was ashen. If the previous information only showed that Su Jingming was a monster-level genius, that piece of information meant that there was a giant standing behind Su Jingming. And such an existence, not to mention Yuanshui Bay City, the entire Yuanshui city cannot afford to offend. After all, even if a master-level figure flattens the entire supply base, the country will not say anything. Su Jingming actually has such a background. Zhao Yi took a deep breath, and a look of determination appeared in his eyes. Director Zhao, just dealing with Zhao Chunlin is not enough. Wang Chuang looked at Zhao Yi with a faint look. You don't think no one knows about the things you did at the supply base in recent years, do you? Someone, take Director Zhao down and wait for the Public Security Bureau to investigate. What? You want to deal with me too? But when Zhao Yi heard this, he was immediately shocked and angry. Before he could resist, he was taken away directly by two fourth-level superpowers outside the door who were responsible for protecting the safety of the chief executive. Tiger Shark team also needs to deal with it. In addition, Su Jingming also needs to prepare an apology. Wang Chuang's eyes flickered. Although this idiot Zhao Yi made a big mistake, at least the Tiger Shark team didn't really take action. If this matter is handled well, it may be an opportunity to build a good relationship with Su Jingming. Half an hour later, in the lobby on the first floor of the supply base, the superpowers looked at the doorway in surprise. There stood several middle-aged men in suits and ties. One of them is leaner, but he stands in front of everyone. The one at the front is Wang Chuang, the base manager, right? That's right. It's him. Not only Wang Chuang, but also the supervisors from other floors are here. TSK, with this posture, could it be that some big shot is coming to come? Possible. The superpowers were talking a lot, sitting on the sofa seat in the lobby. A team of 4 people also looked over there curiously. These 4 people are all girls, and one of them is Wang Qian, who had spoken to Su Jingming a month ago. In the source water supply base, various forces are intertwined, just a supervisory position. No one knows how many families and forces are watching, especially for the position of senior manager. Only children from big families with strong backgrounds can be qualified, but now, these big managers and supervisors have all stepped forward. This is a rare scene. Don't worry so much, school starts in half a month. What are we going to do next? Go back to school, or go to the wilderness area again? Captain Yao Mushi said with a frown. Seeing the captain mentioning business, the team members all came to their senses, and Wang Qian also said seriously. In half a month, we can still hunt some ferocious beasts. But we can no longer target the second-level high-level ferocious beasts. It is still the same as before, with the second-level middle and lower-level ferocious beasts as the main hunting targets. The remaining 2 female team members also nodded. Indeed, the second-level high-level ferocious beast is still a bit too reluctant for us. In the past, their team's hunting targets were the second-level mid-level and lower-level players. This month, I tried to target the second-level high-level ferocious beasts. However, after going in and out of the wilderness area twice in a row, I didn't hunt many of the second-level upper-level ferocious beasts. The team members' lives were almost in danger several times. Alas, our team is still missing a strong attacker. It would have been great if we could have roped that person from Magic City University into our team. Wang Qian couldn't help but sigh when she thought of that tall and slender figure. These 2 times I returned to the base city, I never encountered him. In this case, the other party will probably go back to school. Just as she was thinking this, a team member next to her pointed in the direction of the door and exclaimed. Xiao Qian, isn't that the guy from the Magic City University of Superpowers? Huh? Where? Wang Qian subconsciously looked over and saw the tall figure carrying a spear appearing at the entrance of the base. However, the next moment, the chief manager of the supply base who was standing aside greeted him with enthusiasm. Huh? He was greeted by the supervisors. Wang Qian's eyes widened and she felt incredible. Even if the other party comes from the Magic City Superpower University, it is impossible to receive such a solemn welcome, right? Even the chief executive came to greet him personally. It seems that this young man's identity is not just as simple as a student at the Magic University of Magic. Opposite the seat, Captain Yao Mushi also had a thoughtful expression on his pretty face. The other side, as soon as Su Jingming entered the supply base, Wang Chuang enthusiastically took him to the VIP reception room on the top floor. In the luxuriously decorated VIP reception room, there were only 2 people, Wang Chuang and Su Jingming. Under Wang Chuang's explanation, Su Jingming also understood the ins and outs of the matter. Classmate Su, I'm really sorry about what happened this time. Wang Chuang apologized sincerely, but don't worry, we will definitely give you a satisfactory answer. But when we discovered Zhao Chunlin, he had already been silenced by Zhao Yi. Of course, we also contacted the Public Security Bureau. There were a lot of things happening to Zhao Yi and the Tiger Shark team. I believe that when the results come out, they will spend the rest of their lives in prison. Then I'll trouble you, Manager Wang. Listening to Wang Chuang's words, Su Jingming nodded superficially, but he couldn't help but secretly marvel in his heart. He is indeed a ruthless person who can sit in the position of chief executive. His subordinates solved the problem so easily that he could not express any dissatisfaction, certainly. Su Jingming also knew that he would definitely not be able to let the other party do this on his own. Most likely, the other party investigated his information and found out that his teacher was Zhentian. To express our apology, this is a gift specially prepared for you by our supply base. The space ring on Wang Chuang's right hand flashed slightly, and a black and gold card appeared on the table. This is a black gold membership card for our supply base. Your stay at our supply base will be free from now on. Enjoy a 20% discount on any product you purchase. Wang Chuang explained with a smile, and took out a small box from his bag, opened the box and put it on the table. Inside the box lies a simple-looking ring. In addition, this is a space ring with a volume of 1 cubic meter. It is also an apology. Chapter 70. The second level. Yang Zhentian was amazed. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Source water supply base, VIP room on the top floor. Su Jingming on the sofa looked at the space ring in the box with some surprise. There are very few people with superpowers who master space powers. If you want to add space powers to a ring, you need to go through various complicated processes. The larger the additional space, the more expensive it will be. The official price of a space ring with a capacity of 1 cubic meter is at least 50 million daxia coins. That Wang Chuang could take out this ring as an apology is enough to show the other party's sincerity. Since Manager Wang is so interested, I will accept it. Su Jingming smiled slightly and accepted both the black gold card and the space ring without choosing to refuse. Wang Chuang was relieved when he saw this. At this point, it can be said that all the troubles Zhao Chunlin caused have been perfectly resolved. Although he gave away a valuable space ring, it was worth it in exchange for Su Jingming's recognition. As for the group of people dealt with by Zhao Chunlin, it doesn't hurt either. There are still many people eyeing the position of supervisor on the 6th floor, so just choose another one. As expected of teacher Yang's student, he is really generous in his work. Speaking of which, your senior brother Lu Ming and I also know each other. Wang Chuang laughed and took the initiative to start a new topic. Oh. Really? Su Jingming raised his eyebrows. This was indeed something he didn't expect. Yes, classmate Lu Ming also had experience at the water supply base back then. As the chief supervisor of the supply base, Wang Chuang's emotional intelligence is not bad. Taking senior brother Lu Ming as the topic, they took the initiative to chat. Although there were only 2 people in the room, they still didn't feel lonely. In this way, Wang Chuang chatted non-stop for more than half an hour. If Su Jingming hadn't taken the initiative to leave, the other party might have been able to chat all day long. Student Su, if you encounter anything next time, just contact me directly. I may not count in the Magic City, but here in Yuanshui City, my words still have a certain weight. Before leaving, Wang Chuang enthusiastically left his personal contact information. He said that if you encounter anything in Yuanshui City, you can deal with him directly. This made Su Jingming sigh secretly. This is the power of context. Leave the VIP reception room on the top floor. Su Jingming opened a room on the 18th floor of the supply base. Originally, he wanted to open an ordinary guest room as before. Unexpectedly, the front desk staff saw the black gold card in his hand, so he took the initiative to upgrade the room to a deluxe room. As a result, Su Jingming obtained the entire source water supply base, which was equipped with one of the best rooms. The entire room is more than 200 square meters, with bedrooms, bathrooms, and entertainment rooms all available. The decoration is also very luxurious, and the decorations in the room are very exquisite. However, the most stunning thing about the entire room is the wide floor-to-ceiling window in the living room. Through this Floor-to-ceiling window, you can overlook the entire outer area of the source water wilderness area. Jingming stood by the window and looked down. If you ignore the ferocious beasts raging in the wilderness area, the scenery below is quite good, but compared to the scenery outside the window, he had more important things to do. Jingming withdrew his gaze and sat on the sofa in the living room, then he excitedly took out the space ring given by Wang and observed it carefully. From the appearance, the space ring is no different from an ordinary ring. However, Jingming sensed the space aura he had noticed in the Magic City Superpower University Combat Skills Library on this ring. As for the way to use the space ring, it is also very simple. You only need to leave a mental imprint on the space ring. Jingming's mental power is as high as 972 Hz, which is far higher than the 600-700 Hz mental power of ordinary second-level high-level superpowers. This was also the key to him being able to detect that the Tiger Shark team was following him, so Jingming quickly left his spiritual imprint on the space ring. At the moment when the mental imprint was left, a cubic space with a capacity of about 1 cubic meter also appeared in his perception. This is the inner space of the space ring. Next, he experienced the storage function of the space ring. Anything other than living things can be stored in it as long as it is physically touched. However, if you want to put something larger than 1 cubic meter, the storage will fail. The space ring is something that I was looking forward to before I got it, but I didn't feel much about it after I got it. After Jingming played with the storage and release function for a short while, he quickly lost interest. After putting his most important elixirs, fresh water, energy bars, iron pots, and condiments into the space ring, he took out his cell phone and dialed the number of his teacher Zhentian. "Come out of the wilderness area," that the familiar voice of teacher Zhentian rang from the other end of the phone. "Well, it just came out today. I have something else I want to tell you." Jingming was able to get such a valuable apology from Wang mainly because of his relationship with teacher Zhentian. Therefore, it is still necessary to explain the situation to the teacher, so he briefly introduced how he met Zhao Chunlin on the phone, what happened in the middle, and how Wang handled it in the end. And when he heard that Zhao Chunlin had arranged for a team of second-level elite superpowers to attack and kill, the sound of thunderous arcs suddenly sounded on the other end of the phone, and even the mobile phone signal was a bit unstable. Jingming quickly said that the elite team finally gave up the mission, and the anger on teacher Zhentian's side calmed down a little. It wasn't until Jingming told the complete result of the incident that a cold snort came. "Humph. I dare to send people to kill you. It's easy to pay for a space ring. If anything happens to you, I'll blow up their entire supply base." That if Jingming died at the hands of a vicious beast, Zhentian would never complain, but if someone of his own is behind it, Zhentian will never let anyone with connections go. "By the way, you said that the second-level elite team followed you to the alley. Why did you give up on the mission in the end?" Zhentian on the other end of the phone was both happy and confused. He was also a supernatural being who often visited the wilderness area back then. He knew some teams of supernatural beings who were willing to do any dirty work for money. Maybe they discovered that I am also a second-level senior. Jingming touched his nose. It can be clearly heard that Zhentian on the other end of the phone was stunned for a moment, but he quickly reacted and asked. "You've already reached the second level?" "Well, I just got promoted a few days ago." There was silence on the other end of the phone for a while, and then Zhentian's excited and joyful voice rang. Okay. You are worthy of being my student, Zhentian. Your cultivation progress is faster than what I did back then, that when you return to school, the teacher will congratulate you in person." "Okay." Jingming smiled slightly. After that, he chatted with the teacher for a while and then hung up the phone. At the same time, Zhentian, who was far away in the teacher's villa of the Magic University, had a look of amazement on his face. After decades of teaching at the Magic University of Magic, what kind of genius has he not seen? But I have never seen any student who can be directly promoted from the first level to the second level in 1 month. It is said that the crisis between life and death is the catalyst for the strong, but this is my disciple. This is no longer a catalyst, it is simply a cheating device.